gentlemen, it's time to meet the international referees of the match. The first referee from Canada, Steve U19. And the second referee from Dominican Republic, Jeffrey Morengo. All right, volleyball fans, it's time to meet the starting lineups, and we're kicking things off with Team Costa Rica. Number 7, Aaron Murillo. Number 10, Moises Watson. Number 12, Alejandro Barona. Number 14, Alonso Cedeno. Number 22, Felipe Bolaño. Number 23, Isaias Orozco. And libero, number 1, Jorge Granado. Head coach for Costa Rica is Roberto Caballo Quesada. All right, volleyball fans, now it's time to meet the starting lineup for Team Mexico. Number 7, Jorge Ramirez. Number 10, David Preciado. Number 16, Jorge Ampara. Number 17, Oscar Gonzalez. Number 18, Francisco Romero. And captain, number 19, Leonardo Figueroa. And libero, number 1, Patricio Acosta. Mexico is head coached by Jose Lan.
Mexico taking on Costa Rica. My name is Tim James, and I have the privilege of being the broadcaster for preliminary matches in this pool of play. Mexico, Costa Rica, and still to come, Barbados and Canada. We have an exciting tournament. Again, this is U19. These are high school-aged players. They've got some time here on the west coast of Canada, up on the top of Burnaby Mountain, and we are getting set to go. It will be Costa Rica wearing the red jerseys on the right side of your screen, taking on Mexico in the green and red on the left side. Beautiful Terraflex floor, the red here at the home for the Simon Fraser University Red Leafs. First serve going into the net at 6:01 Pacific. This will now bring up Mexico for the first serve. And we've yet to have a rally, as that will be an ace, as unable to play that ball is Arias. And a quick 2-0 lead for Mexico in the first matchup in this NORCECA U19 Boys Continental Cup. Figueroa, he is the captain for Mexico. Drops this in for an untouched ace. Back-to-back aces for Figueroa. And a great start for Mexico. Mexico, of course, back in action tomorrow, playing once again at the 6 o'clock hour, taking on Barbados. And Barbados will be taking on Canada. Still to come tonight on day number 1. Figueroa, after back-to-back aces, goes into the net. Costa Rica, the first serve getting across. This will be hit out. And no touch, so a point for Costa Rica. And now behind by one, trying to build some offense, since we've yet to see either team really run in system, run effective offense. On the move is Figueroa, the setter and captain. The block going up, and Costa Rica has tied things at 3. Figueroa getting down low to make that set over to the right side, and the swing is a good one. Mitorena with the kill. Take another look at this. Nice job by Figueroa to get low, and you saw the separation in the block from Costa Rica. And it is a 1-point lead for Mexico. Romero drops that in. Just a single blocker up, Costa Rica. Able to recycle the ball once again from the right side. 2 blockers up, but it's a nice swing. Coming off the hand of Alvarado. You can imagine there are some nerves. You can imagine you're just playing in a different country. You're playing far from home. These players trying to settle down. Figueroa, he'll run to the middle. The block a little late getting there, and it will be a kill. Martinez, born in 2009, picking up the kill out of the middle. And the middles will rotate front to the back for Mexico with a 1-point lead. But Martinez will be charged with the error. We are tied at 5. If you're wondering about the rule changes, maybe you haven't watched this type of volleyball, international volleyball. Talking to referee 1, Steve Hewison, before this matchup, he said, hey, Tim, there's no catch and throw. We're going to call those. We haven't necessarily seen any of those, but we have seen one of the changes. It's a minor one. We'll get to that in just a moment. Figueroa over to the right side, the block going up. Nice job by Mexico to go back over to the left side this time and work it through. The kill, Gomez scores from the left side, and Mexico with perhaps one of the most impressive rallies we've seen in this matchup. Spin on the serve. Trying to turn into a dump, unable to do so. As Dobles is running out of options with that pass coming from Campos. Left side, oh, you could hear the block and getting up there. Franco, part of a double block for Mexico. We've seen the big plays going the way of Mexico. And as you may know, volleyball, it's a sport of momentum. And the Mexican fans have had something to cheer about early on. Once again, powerful spin on that serve, but handled by Costa Rica, able to make a left side attack, dug up in the back. Figueroa going over to the left side. He'll send that to position 6. Scramble on the Costa Rica side, they'll pop it over. It's a free ball. Right side swing. And I believe we had contact with the ladder and setup that the referee was on. As Brenes went into that with Steve Hewitson, once again, referee 1. And you can see just backpedaling, Brenes losing focus on where he was. And it's a 4-point lead for Mexico. Tim James with you live on CBC Sports. We're having some fun on this Tuesday night here in Burnaby. And it's a good contingent of fans for the ones who traveled from Mexico, from Costa Rica. You can hear some of them making the noise. We have the national anthems. They're done way before, about 20 minutes before match time. And those fans having a chance to stand up, sing along, show off their patriotism. Bonus points for one of the Mexican fans I'm looking at. He's got a Rey Mysterio type luchador mask. I'm a big wrestling fan. That might come up during the broadcast. Mexico cheering on their team. Costa Rica as well. And we are through the first time out. It is Mexico up by 4 points. Make that 3 points. As iced on the serve is Mitorena. Here's Brenes getting the serve across Figueroa, trying to pass this one up. It'll be a middle run that goes into the net. And you can see from both sides here, some early mistakes. Not exactly what they're looking for, but you've also got that time difference. So you're watching in Costa Rica right now, in San Jose, it's not the same time as what we're at right now. I believe an hour difference. Left side swing coming off the hand of Gomez. And Mexico, the first team to hit double digits as we take another look at this. Figueroa with the assist, and you can see a couple of blockers there, but he's able to get by. A couple of blockers there, and there will be no touch, and it will be a Mexico point. Gomez going back for his second serve. And he'll pick up the ace. 3 straight points for Mexico. It's now a 5-point lead for the team wearing green and red, sharp-looking jerseys. If you are just joining us, this is the third match of the day. Another ace coming off the hand of Gomez. 4 straight points for Mexico. Still to come tonight, Barbados and Canada. That serve clipping the tape coming across. The set coming from the backcourt. Figueroa on the move, set from the 3-meter line. It was a pipe ball that couldn't finish. Not too much power on that one. The block going up. 3 players were there on the Mexico side. Now Costa Rica trying this from behind the attack line. This will drop in and score. Alvarado, the captain of Costa Rica. Take a look at him. D-ball. Beautiful. Drops that in to score. Costa Rica will need to string some points together here. Figueroa going over to the left side. That powers up and goes way up off the roof. And one of the rule changes we can talk about, if the ball hits the roof and stays on your side, it is still a playable ball. Now that might be more familiar for if you were watching and you know the international rules a little better than me. I do most of my play-by-play for U Sports here in Canada. That would not be a rule. If the ball hits the roof, it is immediately done. Going off the block, Costa Rica stringing some points together, trying to get back in this one. Most recently with the left side swing. Here's Dobles. Mexico will score. We're waiting to see one of those plays where the ball would hit the roof and they would continue to play. Now back for his second rotation serving is Figueroa. Already has a couple of aces. Nice top spin on that one. Right side delivery. Picks up the kill. Arias, who will rotate to the back row. Arias with his second rotation serving. Gets that ball across Figueroa. It'll be a middle run. The block going up. Mexico able to recycle. Now over to the right side. Couple of blockers there. This goes cross court, and this will go out of play and drop on that text here on the beautiful Terraflex floor. That text reading Continental Championships. It is a nice looking floor. Great facility for this. Not overly big. You do have the fans on the one side in particular. You have a few that will go on either end of the court. Figueroa back over to the right side and working that through with pace. Mitorena. Romero serving. Oviedo, the libero out there right now, but that ball will go into the net. And you may have noticed referee one, Steve Hewitson, not blowing his whistle as that ball went into the net. One of the changes, of course, most of my experience coming from that U Sports level, is that the referees don't blow the whistle as obvious. Any of these obvious points, as you could put it. So there you go, another example with this ball going into the net. Steve Hewitson, referee one, not blowing his whistle. It's just simply understood. That ball not playable going into the net. And Martinez off the serve. It'll be a Costa Rica point, and Martinez will be done for now. His first serve was an error. This one he'll get across, but it's just a one and done. With a right side swing coming from Alvarado. Alvarado. Figueroa back over to the left side. It's a give and go. That's popped up, and Alvarado jumping over the signboards, thinking about that. But hey, it's just the start of the tournament. Can't be too crazy out there on day number one, or can you? This is international volleyball. This is the NORCECA U19 Boys Continental Cup. And there are berths on the line at the World Cup. You could say that's one of the ultimate prizes of this tournament. Sure, you want to win, but you at least want to qualify for the World Cup. Mexico with a 7-point lead in the opening set. Make it a 6-point lead off of that service error. Left side swing, and Mexico will score. Substitutions on the Mexico side. The rosters are set, so who you see here, those are the players that will play through this tournament. I was talking to the Canadian coach Adam Schreimer earlier on. I was asking, well, can you draw upon a player? You know, you're hosting here in Canada. If one of the players can't make it, he says, once we set our rosters, we set them, and that is it. Back to the action here with a 7-point lead for Mexico. Right side swing is going to go out untouched, and a point for the Mexican side. So off of the service error from Gomez. This brings up Orozco. Orozco, born in 2009. Most of the team born in 2009. Block coming back over, and Flores couldn't do much with that. So Mexico will try to regroup after back-to-back points for Costa Rica. That goes down the line hard. Romero picking up the kill. Franco and the Mexico is up by 7 points. Opening set. First matchup for both these teams at this Continental Cup. Franco going into the net. Franco, one of his substitutions that we've seen. Back row run coming off of Gomez. Nicely set up, and substitutions once again on the Mexico side. As we'll take a look at this one. The assist from Gutierrez. But Gutierrez now will check off, and Figueroa will return to be the setter on the court for Mexico. Figueroa. Yeah, he's had a few aces tonight. He'll continue his success from behind the service line with 3 attackers at the net. This is a good rotation for Mexico. Well, the Mexicans able to keep the ball alive, and now it's a left side swing hard into the block. Good job by Costa Rica to get a couple of blockers up. But one of the best swings we've seen from Costa Rica, Alvarado, the captain from the left side, picks up the kill to keep Costa Rica alive. No points to give for Costa Rica. They need to get this ball over. Couple of contacts now over to the right side. Does this get across? No. It is done. The Mexicans will take this one. They really had it from the start. Some impressive serving early on from Figueroa. We saw him sub out and take some time on the bench, but this setter for Mexico doing an excellent job with Mexico leading 1-0 after an 8-point victory. We'll step aside for just a moment. You are watching the 2026 NORCECA U19 Boys Continental Cup on CBC Sports. Welcome back to the top of Burnaby Mountain, Simon Fraser University, not far out of Vancouver. My name is Tim James. It's great to have you with us on CBC Sports through set number 1. Mexico taking the opener, 25-17. It is a challenge for these players, of course, playing against such a high level when it comes to volleyball, U19. But also, depending on where they're from, they are representing their nation. So they could come from one part of Mexico to the other. Talking to the Canadian coach Adam Schreimer before this matchup a little earlier on today, he was saying, you know, Canada's a pretty big country. And their assessment of who qualifies for the team, actually, a lot of it comes virtually. Video applications. I believe he said something about 80 or 90 applicants for Team Canada. They're eventually able to get it down through 14. That's from watching video. That's from looking at the physical attributes. That's from what you can hear from coaches. And the selection, 18 down 2 with the final 14 for Canada. Such a big country. It's not like, well, when I was, playing volleyball in high school, you go out, have a tryout, maybe a second day tryout, and then you can make assessments from there as a coach. Not quite as simple for this one. And you have to keep in mind that these aren't men, at least not yet. They're on the younger side here, as they are high school athletes. They've got school to worry about. Volleyball is not a career. So all of these challenges, they're balancing that. But hey, if you are joining us on this broadcast, you can kind of see what's going on outside. There's, a blind over top of the window, but of course there is some sun. That's the good news. There was a bit of rain today. And hey, if you don't know much about Vancouver, you don't know much about Burnaby, the joke kind of around the world is, yeah, it rains a lot around here. And it does. It does rain a little bit. But also we had some beautiful sunshine today. And you know what? I think the players had some time to enjoy that, take that in. Beautiful on the top of Burnaby Mountain. You can look down, see the cityscape. You can see the water. Might spot a few boats or ships going by. It is very nice here in Burnaby. And not just saying that because Explore Burnaby, one of the proud sponsors of this broadcast. I grew up not far from here. Well, here's somebody who didn't grow up near here at all. He was from Mexico. Here's Figueroa getting us back underway, the captain, with the first serve in his second set. And Costa Rica hoping for a tip, and they're going to get it. They will get the first point, and that's big too, with Figueroa in the back row. 3 attackers at the net for Mexico. This is a tough rotation to break. And Costa Rica will get the job done. Now set it to the back row for Costa Rica. Here Murillo Dobles sending the ball across. Figueroa, it'll be a middle run, the block going up, but the kill for Mexico. Ibarra. It's Diego Ibarra picking up the kill. Romero with the toss. Good power, hoping to catch the line, and that's just going to go out of play. Standing serve, and we're back underway. Picked up in the back from the man who just served, Brenes. Joust at the net. Good power, Alvarado. So back-to-back points for Costa Rica. Different from what we saw to open the first set with Mexico coming out to an early lead and cruising from there. Figueroa staying off of the net, doing a good job getting it over to the left side. And Liz Yoon, one of the lines people, being called over by referee 1 Steve Hewitson after that contact. Coming from Angel Menderes Rubio. And this will be a point for Costa Rica as Liz Yoon has a discussion with Steve Hewitson. By the way, referee 2 in this matchup, Jeffrey Moreno, on the far side. 3 straight points for Costa Rica. Once again going to work is Rubio, and he scores. And Rubio, before this matchup, I came over to talk to the coaching staff, and Rubio was called over. I imagine he might be fluent in English and help translate. All I was looking for was the starting lineup, and he was able to find that for me. So my appreciation and thanks to Rubio. Middle block, Mexico will score. Now back-to-back points for the Mexicans. Diego Ibarra. Plays in the middle position. No libero out there right now for Mexico. Alvarado has that rejected. Will the second time be a charm? Alvarado goes off the block to score. Now the middles on Costa Rica will go front to back. Ramirez. Now Figueroa over to the right side with a bullet. Mitorena with the assist to Figueroa once again. The Mexicans behind by 1. And this play is going to be blown down. It's going out to play. That was Dobles. Referee 1, Steve Hewitson. Didn't like what he saw in that set. That was made with one hand. Figueroa. Oh, out of the back. Beautiful looking run. The pipe ball, Romero picking up the kill. We've seen some highlight plays coming from Mexico in this match. And that's really what the coaches will be using. trying to study their opponents. They don't know much about each other. These are new teams starting just to play together. Of course, you age out at U19. You can't stay there forever. Mitrena will send that into the net. With the Mexicans up by 1 and stepping back to serve for Costa Rica is Arias. And Figueroa, no chance there, so it'll be back-to-back points for Costa Rica. They were off to a good start in his second set after dropping the first set by 8 points. Third match of the day at this Continental Cup. Diving over to his left was Oviedo, the libero. And Campos, the libero, on the Costa Rica side, makes one play, couldn't make another. Here's Rubio once again. This time from behind the service line. Goes hard to Campos. Position 6. Sent over shallow. Taking out the setter. So out of system. Rubio. Rubio able to pick up the assist. Romero finishing it off from the left side. Two-point lead for Mexico. Campos. Too much on that on the overpass, but it gets over. Campos helping draw his team within 1. Alvarado. The Costa Rican fans making some noise. But that was noisy. Another aggressive left side swing from Romero. And Mexico has definitely been the more flashy of the two teams. We've had some big plays on this Tuesday night. Franco just getting that across. Campos diving forward, and Franco will send that over. An errant ball, and this will go right back, and that was a poor play. Franco, after an aggressive serve, couldn't settle things down. He'll step off to the side, and Oviedo will come back in as the libero. That will be sent down the line to score. Costa Rica coach Roberto Carlo unimpressed with that going down the line to score. Mexico ahead by 2 points. Figueroa, the captain, goes into the net. He's had some success and he's had some struggles from behind the service line. Now back for his second rotation, serving in this set is Dobles. Figueroa, left side, a couple of blockers there, and once again he's heating up. Romero picking up the kill. Take a look at the Romero. You can see the separation in the block as the middle blocker, Ramirez, was delayed coming across. Now the previous serve from Romero was a service error. Let's see if he gets this across. Oh, he picks up an ace. Sometimes you just bring it up, they get motivated, as if they could hear me. But Campos unable to return that one. And once again, the first timeout will be taken by Costa Rica as they trail by 3 points in this second set. Tim James with you live on CBC Sports, day number 1 of the Continental Cup. More action to come tomorrow and the next day. And I'll be calling these preliminary round matchups in Pool A. And excited to do that. But But of course, we have more action still to come tonight. It'll be the Canadians, the host team, playing at the 8 o'clock local time. And that can be considered a late one depending on where the teams are coming from. But hey, Canada is a big country. Of course, you have some players that I'm sure are adjusting to the time zone here. Barbados still to come tonight. Barbados, what I would say is they have the coolest flag of all the flags that are here. I can see them lined up. You can see them right across here at the court at SFU. We are through the timeout. Back to serve once again is Romero. He's been impressive in the front row, delivers this ball across. Dobles able to make the set. Sent into a soft spot, but the pancake keeping it alive. 3 contacts by Mexico. All started by that pancake from Figueroa. It's just a lone blocker. Rubio delivers, getting up there. That's 3 straight points for Mexico. Costa Rica has used 1 timeout so far in this second set, trailing 1-0. 3 players getting up there for Mexico, but last touch going off of Mexico, so Costa Rica will score the point. Now back for his second rotation serving is Brenes. Middle run, and there's the kill, Ibarra. So Mexico without a libero in this rally, as Oviedo will head off and join his teammates. Middles rotate front to back. Left side picked up by Figueroa, taking out the setter, however. Off the block, couple of good plays there by Romero. It will be a Costa Rica point, but Romero getting involved, and we've seen him involved from the left side on those attacks. He's hoping to pick up an assist, not going to be the case. Now no libero on the Costa Rica side in this rally. Once again, Romero, you can add that to his highlight reel on day number 1, picking up the kill out of the back. Figueroa, fake in the middle. There was delay in the block coming over, and this ball will be sent out off the hand of Rubio. There was opportunity for Rubio with that opening out of the middle on the Costa Rica side. It's a 3-point lead for Mexico in the second set. Costa Rica has used 1 timeout. You get 2 timeouts each set. Figueroa set from behind the 3-meter line. Rubio hoping to crank it off the block, but will drop in. The Mexican paused and said, really? But the line person was on that. Fred Setterington, an emphatic wave of the flag. And a point for Costa Rica. Arias, float serve. Good pace on that ball. Mitorena with the kill, and once again Mexico up by 3 points. Substitution on the Costa Rica side. Matias Arguero Lee coming out there on the floor as the center. Let's see how he runs the offense. Well, he's not going to. As they're out of system, sending that ball across. Now Figueroa getting one hand up, able to pump this ball up. Now out of system for the Mexicans. And a big rejection. Orozco and Alvarado, the 2 blockers for Costa Rica. And it might not have been the biggest sound of a block, but when you're shutting down that offense from Romero, That is a big point, and it draws Costa Rica within 2. Alvarado, good spin on the serve. Figueroa set from the 3-meter line. And Romero picks up the kill. Franco rotating to the back row for Mexico. 6 green shirts out there for the Mexicans. Let's see what they can do with No Libero here. 3 blockers going up. We've seen that a few times, but this is going to get through. With Brenes picking up the kill out of the left. And Costa Rica still hanging around. Orozco goes with the off-speed serve. Oh, all kinds of power. Once again, Romero. So impressive to watch. There's the attack from the 3-meter line, popped up, and this will be a kill. Romero gets the job done. 3-point lead for Mexico. Now setter to the back row for the Mexicans with Figueroa. Trying to redeem himself. The previous serve was an error. Let's see what he can do here. Back set. Oh, the block. Romero getting over. Part of that double block with Ibarra. Figueroa. That's his second service error of the second set, but the Mexicans still ahead by 3 points. Costa Rica still with 1 timeout as they try to come back here in the second set, trailing 1-0. Match number 3 on the day at this Continental Cup. 8 teams trying to qualify for the World Championship. That's Ibarra out of the middle. Here's Romero rotating to the back row. Let's watch out and see if he comes out of the pipe. Such a talented player at the net. Big toss, booming serve. Lone blocker up Figueroa, taken out of making that set. Campos gets a hand on it. Once again, the Mexicans out of system. Well, that's Rubio, who will send that out of play, no touch. But again, it's that magic number that we've seen in this set of 3. Mexico always seems to be up by 3. Standing serve coming off the hand of Brenes. Cross court, and this will fall in to score the kill. Going to Mitorena. Middles rotate front to back on the Mexican side with Diego Ibarra now to serve. And Romero still in the back row. Let's see if he comes out of the back. Meantime, on the Costa Rica side, it was Campos with that first contact. Right side swing, that's popped up. Campos trying to settle this one down. It'll be a free ball for the Mexicans. Figueroa making the first contact. So again, out of system. And it was Romero going over to Rubio. And Costa Rica with a big block. And it seems like Mexico has been a step ahead in many ways in this matchup, but Costa Rica still playing with that energy, that life, coming together after that point. They can still see a path to victory, although they do need to string some points together now, with it being 19 serving 22 in the second set. Second referee, Jeffrey Moreno, checking something over. Captain Alvarado came over initially to talk to the second referee, but now it looks like we are good to go. Maybe not. A substitution on the Costa Rica side.
Substitution for Costa Rica. Number 8,
Yara Brenes coming in place of Watson Brenes. So Yara Brenes setting up in the back as his team will serve the ball across. Costa Rica looking to string some points together here. That goes hard down the line and no chance for recovery. Just one contact coming off of Ramirez. Now 23-19. Rubio rotating to the back row for Mexico. And the horn's going to go. And it's out of rotation. And I wondered initially if that might have been an error. But no. Out of rotation. Jeffrey Moreno having a quick discussion with Captain Figueroa. Looks like the Mexicans have sorted themselves. Once again, 3-point lead for Mexico. 3-point deficit for Costa Rica. Figueroa. Hard off the block goes Mitorena. The public address announcer doing a great job trying to get this crowd going. That's going to go off the shoulder of Rubio. Now, of course, we do have the fans cheering on Mexico. We've got the fans cheering on Costa Rica, but we also have some high school students from local Burnaby Mountain Secondary. I've been told grade 8s and grade 9s are here watching some high-quality volleyball. No points to give for Costa Rica, but they're going to give a point up here. Coming off of the hand of the captain, Alvarado. And his team will have to come up with something as they trail 2-0 against Mexico. The Mexicans had some flashy plays with Romero, one of the standouts. Stay with us. You are watching the 2026 NORCECA U19 Boys Continental Cup live on CBC Sports. It is great to have you with us live on CBC Sports. This will be the home of the tournament, and this is just day number 1, so much more to come. My name is Tim James, and we'll be calling the later match as well. Barbados and Canada, the host team getting ready with Coach Adam Schreimer. Talking to him earlier on today, and, you know, he's just figuring out this team. Like when you have these international teams, it's not like they're playing week in and week out with each other. Take Canada, for example. And they started training together last week. It was last week on Monday. Training, and working together and trying to build some rhythm. And yeah, you get a week to kind of settle in. Now, I don't know if that's exactly the same with Mexico and with Costa Rica, but you can imagine that it is because these are younger athletes. Such a high level of volleyball, but also going to high school. Still a lot of development to go. Of course, these players, they're looking to be flashy. I talked about that with Mexico. Yeah, they're looking to be flashy and build up those highlights and get that really quality level of play because they'd love to go on to eventually represent their country at an even higher level, not just U19, but qualify for the national team. That is a goal. Another goal is for these sides, Mexico, Costa Rica. Well, they want to qualify for the World Championship, and you can do that through this Continental Cup. but not the start that Costa Rica was looking for. We've seen some life out of them, but it has been Mexico that has been impressive and really controlled that second set. And here we go, getting ready for set number 3. Group A consisting of Costa Rica, Mexico, Canada, and Barbados. Group B with USA, Dominican Republic, Panama, and Puerto Rico. And the Americans, Team USA, they are the defending champions as they won the Continental Cup back in 2024. Puerto Rico, also in Group B, winning bronze in 2024. The Canadians, meantime, the host of this tournament, they have never won gold. Only have silver and bronze here at this tournament. And we are back underway in set number 3. Going to work is Romero. Romero picking up the kill. And it's just a one and done serving for Dobles. Figueroa now to serve. The captain for Mexico. Mishandled in the back, out of system. Costa Rica sending a ball over. It was a roll shot. Figueroa back over to the right side. And this is going to drop in. And that's a playable ball. But the Mexicans caught flat-footed. Point for Costa Rica. And take a look at this. Just a diving play. And the Mexicans couldn't get over there in time. Alvarado. That was handled. Oviedo. Middle run and the kill for Ibarra. Now watch out if we'll see a pipe ball or not. With Romero rotating to the back. Romero. Good pace on that serve. Down the line. Oviedo able to keep the ball alive. And there you go, Romero. He served the ball. He finished the rally. It's a 2-point lead for Mexico in a must-win set for Costa Rica. Take another look here. Romero loads up, goes into a one-on-one. As Ramirez on the Costa Rica side didn't have much of a chance. The middle blocker for Costa Rica. Shoelaces being tied on the Mexican side. With Figueroa, though, that can also work against your team. You talk about icing a server. Not ideal. It's a high five, though, from his head coach, Eduardo. Roll shot that goes in. Oviedo was diving forward but couldn't get there. Too much of a gap. Rona Ramirez. Let's see what he can do from behind the service line. No libero on this rally for Costa Rica, but Rona Ramirez will be charged with his service error. This brings up Ibarra. Diego Ibarra, who's had some impressive connections out of the middle tonight. Sends that ball across. First and third contact coming from Watson Brenes. Point for Mexico. Three-point lead for the Mexicans. Brenes, nice delivery, taking Romero down to the ground. Watson Brenes with a kill for Costa Rica, drawing them within 2. Cedeno Arias sending that back inside of the court. Now Mexico able to run in system. Out of the back row is Romero with another kill. He's doing it in the front court. He's doing it in the back court. He has been fun to watch on this Tuesday night. Hope you're enjoying this broadcast live on CBC Sports. My name is Tim James. Push over to the left side. Couple of blockers there. Celebration coming from Ramirez Franco, the middle blocker for Mexico. Mitorena taking Campos down to the ground. It's a free ball for Mexico. Will they go back to Romero? No, it'll be a middle run, and it's a wise play. Is going off of the hands is Ramirez Franco. Costa Rica once again will take the first timeout in this set. They did the same in the first set, the second set, and here they are trailing by 5 early on. Again, a must-win set here on day 1 of the tournament. And this is a tournament, of course, that you do want to qualify for the World Championship. It's also a key step in that development of these young athletes. This is U19. We have players born in 2009, 2010. Now, most of the roster on the Costa Rica side and on the Mexico side, most of the roster born in 2009, but you do have some 2010 players as well. For somebody like me who lives around this area, I think back to 2010, it almost feels like yesterday. That's when Vancouver hosted the Olympics. And some of these players born in the year 2010, not even alive when the Olympics were taking place in Vancouver. Back underway after that Costa Rica timeout. Figueroa going over to Romero. He's going to drop that too far. Point for Costa Rica. Watson Brenes, standing serve once again. Handled in position 6 by Romero. And there is a bullet from the left side from Gonzalez Gomez. Gonzalez Gomez will rotate to the back row. So Gonzalez Gomez in the back, Romero up in the front. Three players serve receive, picked up by Costa Rica. Figueroa, right side. The defense collapses for Mexico. Not too much pace on that Costa Rica attack, but it caused some trouble. Now trying to settle things down. And that third ball was taken by Cedeno Arias. Although Murillo Dobles wanted that, but despite the confusion, despite the two players bumping into each other, despite the setter saying, hey, that's my ball, Costa Rica picks up the point. Figueroa. Oh, nice connection. Mitorena. You can see the vertical, and you know, I look at the height and it's listed in centimeters, and we do have the metric system here in Canada, and I will admit typically I go by feet and inches. That's at least what's preferred at the U Sports level. So I'm not as comfortable with the centimeters. I can just tell you, yeah, that player's pretty tall. Nice delivery coming from Alvarado. He's listed at 188 centimeters. So over 6 feet tall, I'll tell you that much. Figueroa. Alvarado sends it to position 6. The Mexicans, bit of a scramble, and coming through is Romero. Even on what looked like a broken down play, Figueroa able to get that ball up. And Romero hammers it home. 5-point lead for the Mexicans. With Figueroa rotating to the back row for his second rotation serving in this set. Off-speed serve. There's a lone blocker going up. Romero is shut down. And we've seen that before. Orozco, part of that double block for Costa Rica. Impact play. It's a 4-point deficit for Costa Rica. The bench clapping their hands. You can see a flag being held up in the crowd here, but oh, Alvarado going into the net at a time when they were hoping to build some momentum. Now watch out for Romero as he rotates to the back row. He has a great serve. Campos gets underneath that one, gets that to his setter. 3 contacts by Costa Rica, and that's a big side out. Left side swing from Iturena. Separation in the block. That's Iturena. Diego Ibarra rotating to the back row with the middle position going front to back on the Mexico side. And it will be service error out to back. Imagine a few fans that are wearing red and white will start filling the stands shortly, getting set for that men's match, the Canada-Barbados match still to come. Romero going into a one-on-one, launching himself out of the back, picks up the kill. Figueroa taken out, so out of system, the Mexicans going to work. A couple of blockers there, and Gonzalez works it through. We've seen a number of times tonight, Mexico able to get up a triple block. Moving well at the net to put up that opposition. Hasn't necessarily worked every time. A couple of blockers there, but this time it's Costa Rica picking up the point with Watson Brenes. Watson Brenes, he likes the standing serve. Quick delivery. Gonzalez taking out the setter. Campos takes that shallow. Substitutions coming up, including at the setting position on the Mexico side. So Rodriguez Gutierrez will take over as the center for Figueroa. We have seen this previously. Alvarado. Mexico will score. A lift is called against Costa Rica. Now Gonzalez Gomez. All eyes on him here at SFU with his team leading by 7 points. Oh, make it 8 points now. And guess who? Romero with the putback. And another timeout taken by Costa Rica. As now it is a tall task. That first timeout was taken when it is a 5-point difference in this set. 8-3 for Mexico. Now it is 18-10 for Mexico. An 8-point deficit for Costa Rica in a must-win set. Trying to get back in this one against a Mexican side that has been impressive. Don't have the stats, unfortunately, but I can tell you that Moreno Romero has been impressive, wearing number 18 in the green and red for Mexico. And the Mexicans break the huddle relatively quickly and get set up. Mexico, of course, will be interested in the matchup following this one, as it will be Barbados playing Mexico in the first matchup tomorrow night in Group A. Costa Rica will be playing Canada tomorrow in the later matchup. So despite the break in the action, the serve able to get across, and Alvarado puts that out of play. 19-10 the score. Gonzalez Gomez. So much power. Comes right back on the Mexico side. There was a solid block. We've seen a few of those coming off the hand of Alvarado. Part of a double block for Costa Rica. As Vélez Flores is going up from the right side for Mexico. And it looks like we may have two substitutions coming up for Mexico shortly, including Figueroa returning to the setting position. Meantime, it's Romero picking up the kill for Mexico with another assist to Rodriguez Gutierrez, who has seen limited action as the setter. Now Anzua Perez coming in, a service substitution. No libero on this rally for Mexico. Anzua Perez. So much power comes back onto the Mexico side. The play is going to be blown down. Violation called against Costa Rica. This set has been all Mexico. You could tell from the toss that was not going to be exactly what Anzura Perez wanted. So he will step off as the libero. Acosta Oviedo returns to the floor and takes his spot, standing in position 1, waiting for this serve from Murillo Dobles. Murillo Dobles. Popped up out of system. Campos getting it over to the right side. Back row run. Gonzalez couldn't finish. There's a back row run on the Costa Rica side, and Watson Brenes looking impressive. As he runs out of the pipe, take a look at this. We saw Gonzalez. Then Watson Brenes says, just watch. Down to knees Gonzalez to play the ball over to the left side. Romero, oh, he saw a wide open court. Block going up at the net, didn't matter. Romero dropping that between Watson Brenes and Murillo Dobles. Substitution brings in Figueroa. Returning the starting setter for Mexico. Couple of blockers there, and it will be Mexico that picks up the point with Moreno Moreno going up there alongside Diego Ibarra. Couple of blockers there. This will land in, point for Mexico, and here we go. It is match point. Ellie, the public address and answer. Trying to get these fans energized. I can see a couple of Mexican flags beneath me here, down in row 1 and 2. But it won't end on a serve for Mexico. Bolanos Alvarado. Figueroa, middle run. Now a free ball for Mexico, trying to finish things off in match number 1 of this tournament. And the Continental Cup will start off on a nice note for the Mexicans as they pick up a victory convincingly in the third set, 25-14, taking it in straight sets over Costa Rica. It was relatively competitive in the first and second set with Mexico few steps ahead, but here in the third set it was domination, and we have seen some impressive plays, that is, from Moreno Romero on the Mexican side, one of the standouts, the outside hitter, his setter Cruz Figueroa running the offense for Mexico. And now the Mexicans will get to enjoy a bit of a rest before getting back into the action tomorrow, as Mexico will once again be playing in the 6 o'clock matchup. And they'll be taking on Barbados, a team that won't have as much rest because Barbados, they are still to play on this first day, taking on Canada. So perhaps that could work into the favor of Mexico, taking on a slightly less rested team in Barbados. As for Costa Rica, day number 2 brings a big one, taking on the host team, Canada, and that will be an 8 o'clock Pacific start. So the late start tomorrow, Costa Rica and Canada. Still to come, Barbados and Canada. Stay with us on CBC Sports for that one. Thank you so much for joining us on CBC Sports for this matchup. Once again, it was Mexico winning in straight sets over Costa Rica. We will step aside and get set for the final match of the day, Canada and Barbados. My name is Tim James. Thank you so much for joining us.